My name is Donna Fiesel, and this is Kathy,
Yay.
and we are on The Edge. Thank you so much for watching our first official show.
Yes,
This is The Edge with Donna and Kathy. And Kathy, we're just going back. You know, we did this, how long ago has it been?
2005, so it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But it's been wonderful getting back together.
Yeah, I can't believe this. You just called one day and you said, you know, I don't know if you want to do this, if you even have time, or blah, 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 blah.
But I'd love to do it again.
And I was going, yeah, I think I do, Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I missed it. So Kathy and I were co-hosts to a show several years ago. We were on TV 21 and
24 back then.
Yeah, that was 24 back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so anyway, it's so good to be back with everybody again. We were basically all over Calhoun County then, but now we're Calhoun County, Marshall County, DeKalb County, all over Alabama, all over the United States, because we're also on Abundant TV, which is found on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire.
I'm so excited. And we're in studio today. This is our first show, so we're going to be in the studio. And then over the next few weeks, we're going to take ventures out.
I
right?
can't wait. Yeah,
World,
watch out. Here we come.
Yep,
watch
it's going to be fun.
Here we come. So let's reminisce just a little bit. So we had a lot of real fun shows. Now back in the day, we had Anthony who did our hair. Nobody ever did my hair like Anthony. I'm gonna tell you what, he was awesome.
And we had some great restaurants. Oh, restaurants. So any of these restaurants, actually they'll have to be kind of near us so that we can go out and about. Maybe we can we'll just start at the bottom. We could actually go Calhoun County, Cherokee County, DeKalb County. What is Fort Payne in? DeKalb still?
It's still in DeKalb County.
Okay, Albertville, Boaz, that area.
They're on Lookout Mountain. And we're on Sand Mountain. And I've got to tell you this little story. I don't know if you know about this or not. So we've got all of DeKalb County, and basically it's the north versus the south. Rainsville is kind of where the Mason-Dixon line is.
Right.
Kind of out in there. So this is so funny. So the very first show I had, we moved back here, and it was in Fort Payne. And so people would say, now, where are you from? It's always, where are you from here, okay? So where are you from? And I would say, because I'd already heard that there was this little thing going on between, it's almost like the Hatfields and the McCoys.
Right.
People on Lookout Mountain versus on Sand Mountain. And I would say, I'm in Geraldine. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for a long time. And they'd go, really? And I would say, I'm taking that as a compliment.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're going to see this little north versus south, but I think we're uniting everybody. I don't feel that ridge like I used to.
I'm excited because we can get out, hopefully. So if you're interested in sponsoring us, you need to get in touch with Donna. What is the website for the TV that you're using right now? That's the one we're going to start with.
icradio.media. But I'll tell you the quickest way, just send a text. Everybody does that. You know, it used to be a no-no, Kathy.
Yeah. Oh, well, now we could put both our phone numbers up there.
Yes, because you remember back in the day, people would say, no, don't use it. Oh, it's not the right etiquette to use a cell phone to talk to your customers.
Now it is.
Now we do. So you can just send a text our way if that's easier for you, and that's 256-659-4319. And what's your number?
256-453-1270. 1270.
And you're going to be getting a new email address, by the way. So if you just rather send an email, you can do that too.
Right.
And that's Donna at icradio.media. Donna at icradio.media. Now remember, IC stands for in Christ, but it also stands for I can see you on television too, because of all the other outlets we have. We do Facebook Live and all those things too. So let's talk about the source of the show. What's the show going to be about?
Well, that's what I was just saying. I want to get out there, don't you? And like draw in our beautiful state of Alabama. You know?
We got a pretty state.
Yes, it's so beautiful here. I saw, not to change the subject, but I saw a couple of articles. Oh my goodness. I saw a couple of articles. There's actually a lot of businesses moving here from California.
You want to know why?
Because the cost of living is so much better here.
And let's talk to folks about this, Kathy, because we're talking to people all over the United States right now. So if you are thinking, you know, I'm in a state where, you know, I'm being taxed to death, the natural beauty is just not there. People aren't as friendly and all that. Got it all there.
Oh yes.
And right here in DeKalb County, I'm going to tell you what, we're just right down the road from Birmingham. If you want to go to the big city, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you want to go to the big city shopping for Christmas or whatever, you've got Birmingham. The south of us, you've got Atlanta over at the east, and then you've
Right.
also got, you know, Tuscaloosa if you want to watch the ball games. We're all
Mm-hmm.
about football here.
Right.
And then you've also got Huntsville. You want to go to the Space and Rocket Center,
Mm-hmm.
and then Nashville. Everybody likes to go up there for
Well,
singing, and
Tennessee, like
it's just right there in
yeah,
Nashville, Tennessee.
Chattanooga is
Chattanooga.
only like 2 hours from here.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
from you it's less.
From me, it's like 30 minutes. Depends on who
Oh
drives.
yeah. See,
If I'm driving,
if I'm
don't
down
tell
in
our police, but 30 minutes if I'm the one who's
right.
driving.
Well, if I'm down in Calhoun County, it takes about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about 2 hours to get to my son's
Uh-huh.
games
Yeah.
because he's right on the edge of Chattanooga.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited about
Yep.
that too.
I am too, because we're just all over the place.
We're gonna
But
have
if
so
you're
much
looking
fun.
to open up a business, you got to do it here. And I'm going to tell you something else is the workers
Mm-hmm.
here in this area. Because I'm going to tell
Mm-hmm.
you, the mamas here will get you. I don't care if you're 50 years old, you're not doing a good job, your mama's going to get you around here.
Right.
So great employees. And we've
Mhm.
got some great tech schools around here.
Yes.
You know, working with
we
your
do.
hands, those technical jobs. And Northeast Alabama Community College is one of our sponsors.
Mhm.
And so they are training them like
We
crazy.
need to.
to
We
get
need
that
to actually go
certificate.
see Gadsden State. We need to get all these
Mhm.
schools involved.
Jackson.
All these restaurants, because you remember on our show that we used to do that we're bringing back now the Edge.
Mhm.
So please join us right here on Roku TV. Correct.
Mhm.
Abundant.
Apple and Amazon Fire.
Right. And actually we've got a lot of people and we're following. I'm
Yeah.
adding them to our group. So please feel free to add to our group. It's the Edge with Donna and Cathy. If you'll go to Facebook, love to have you on there. You can send us comments and suggestions on there, things you would like to see.
Yeah, because you rule. I mean, you
Right.
tell us what to have on the show. So we would like to have what your idea of a good talk show is about,
Mhm.
okay?
And if there's things you want us to go out and see, we'll send it to us so we
Yeah.
can get on top of it.
Uh-huh.
And you know,
It's
like
gonna be
Cheehaw State
so-
Park.
Oh, my
There's so
goodness.
many beautiful
Count
parks
Mac.
here. Yes,
Uh-huh.
and what's the one in Huntsville?
Oh, well, you got Huntsville.
Gunnersville.
all over the
Oh
place.
my gosh, Gunnersville's so pretty.
Uh-huh.
My sister lives up that way, and
Mhm.
it is so pretty. And there's actually a new dining area that's
Oh, I've
coming
been
in
there
Gunnersville.
since.
We're gonna have to go in. We're gonna have to go on some road trips with you.
Uh-huh.
We're taking
We'll
some
take
road
you
trips.
to it. How about
Yeah,
that? We'll
that's
just put
what
our
we're gonna
blue
do.
jeans on and a t-shirt and go
Uh-huh.
for it.
Road trips.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, now we've got to watch our time because we're.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're still
getting
doing
the hang-
good.
Are we good?
Okay.
Are we
We're
good?
still good.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, 9 minutes flies by.
Yeah, it did. That's what I was thinking.
So
It's
let's
going by
talk for a
fast.
few minutes about, okay, we're just going to do how to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you're a gardener, I'm a gardener,
Mm-hmm.
and we both just love to garden and can stuff. Are you a canner?
No, my mother was.
Okay,
And
we'll
you,
have to
you
fix some
women
canning.
out there that do like to can, oh, utmost respect. I
Mhm.
watched my mother. Oh my goodness, she used to take these big pans, fill them with water with the towels and the hot steam, and turn the mason
Mhm.
jars upside down. Am I right?
She's giving them
I'm
a
not
water,
a counter.
a water
I'm not a
bath.
canner
She's
now,
doing a
but-
water bath.
Okay, well, she did that, and it was she said to sterilize the cans.
Oh, honey, you
and the
better
lids.
sterilize.
And then she would have these enormous amounts of tomato soup and fig preserves.
Good old vegetable soup when you get sick, and every year,
Oh,
every
yeah.
year I'd get the flu. So we would, I mean, just to have that soup was just so soothing. It's comfort food.
Yeah, and I don't know how. That's all I remember how to
Now
do
we're
that.
going to do that.
I just helped her pour it into the jars,
Mhm.
and I remember we had to seal them like they're really hot, and we had to seal them
Uh-huh.
and make sure there was no air in them. Of course, because you all probably know out there that if you do canning for a living, you can get botulism.
Gotta be careful.
You can get a lot of bacteria that can grow. If
That's why
those-
you do the water bath.
Yes, you have to make sure those lids are sealed.
Mhm.
And in the mason jars, if I remember right, now you help me on this, Donna, since you can, right? If the lid pops a little bit at the top,
Oh, I love the
That-
beautiful sound.
but that means the air is
It's
not
done.
airtight anymore.
No,
That means
it
you have to
is-
eat it right then,
no,
right?
no,
tell me.
no.
Help me
If
remember
it
how to do
pops,
this.
it'll stay sealed for a good couple of years.
Okay, so it goes
Not
down
that,
though
not
when it
that
pops.
food ever lasts that long. Yeah, it'll go down.
Yeah,
And
so if it,
you'll hear it go. It's almost like a little vacuum suction thing that
Yeah,
you hear.
yeah.
And so that's just a beautiful thing. We love hearing that.
but now if you take them out of your pantry, right,
Mhm.
and the little top of it is popped up, that's the sign
Throw
you
it
don't
away.
eat it, right?
Throw it
Yeah,
away.
okay, that's
yeah,
what
throw
I
it
thought.
away. That means it didn't seal.
Right.
And so that's
Or
the-
it's been in there too long.
Well, not
But
that any food stands around here that long. As a matter of
yeah.
fact, you need to, we had this overabundance of peaches this year. So what I did is I dried some
Uh-huh.
peaches, and those make the best pies. Dried
Oh
peaches,
yeah.
or you can just get them, just eat
Dried
them.
apples. I
Uh-huh. We're
love
gonna
fried
do
apple
that. Oh, as a matter of fact,
pies.
you're gonna be here when we do this. It's about time. The apples will be in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So you and I are gonna work on some apples.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some work out of the
And
city
you
girl.
know, there's two ways to do fried apple
City
pies.
girl lives in a subdivision.
Yeah. But well, you know, but we're still in rural Alabama. You know, Alabama's pretty. We're good country people here.
I'm
in
on 38
Alabama,
acres
actually.
here.
Yeah. I'm only on 2 acres. But anyway,
You can do a lot with 2
I
acres,
know you
Kathy.
can. But okay, back to what we were talking about the fried apple pies. So there was two
Nothing
ways
better.
my mother did them. Okay. The one way was the hard way. That was rolling out the flour and the dough, and you were covered in the flour, and you had to wear an apron. Okay, everybody knows that. My daughter is excellent. She does them that way
Mm-hmm.
because she can make some awesome homemade biscuits. Okay, or you can do them the cheating way,
I want to hear
the
about the
city girl
cheating
way,
All right, city girl,
a
hang
can of
it.
biscuits.
No,
Yes.
no.
You can take canned biscuits. No kidding. You can take canned biscuits and flour and you roll that dough because it's already ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
But only thing is you have to roll it really thin because if you don't, you'll get these fat, ugly
Yeah, you
fried
want it to
apple
be like
pies.
super thin. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something, and this is saving money, okay? Why are you buying frozen? You don't have to do that. You don't have to buy anything like that. So what we're gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna show people how to make their own pie crust, and I keep a bunch of it, just in case somebody comes over. And I decide, oh, I want to make a pie for them real quick. Then I'll take the pie crust out that I have actually
Mm-hmm.
made, and I put it in individual wraps so they can make like one
Oh,
pie at a time.
wow.
And then we'll leave that out, and I'm going to show you how to do that.
Okay, yeah,
It's
because
easy and it's going to save you money. Buy one, of course, groceries are going up, so 5 pound
mm-hmm.
bag of flour now is going to cost you about $4 to get
Oh,
something
yeah,
really good.
things have gone up tremendously right now.
Unless you go to Albertville Foodland Plus. Albertville Foodland Plus actually has their store brand, which is as
Really?
good as the national brand, and it's under $2
Oh,
for
that's
5 pounds.
great.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
So we're going to talk about all this stuff on how you can
Can
save
we go
money.
visit them too when I come up? Okay,
We need to go
We're
see
going to
them.
visit that grocery
Yeah,
store.
you got to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you something else they do, Kathy. They'll have a cart as you walk into Albertville Foodland
Right.
Plus. You'll look over. You go into the front of the store. So you're going into the right hand side. As you go into the right, you're going to see a cart, and it'll have some produce in it, and it's marked down.
Really?
That's the time to go to buy your bananas.
Oh, now
But
banana pudding. Now there's some more.
but they look funky. They look like something that you'd never eat. As a matter of fact, and this is the
Well,
best.
that's good for banana bread, isn't it?
Absolutely, you just
Right.
read my mind. So you
Banana
want to go
bread.
ahead and get it. Now there's all this. I always take that middle part out. I don't like the middle part, so I take it. And by the way, make sure you save the banana peels and that kind of thing because you can use that out in the garden. So what you're going to do, you're going to
That's
get
a
this
good
banana,
idea.
and you're going to cut it in half. You're going to take the stuff out in the middle,
Right.
and then you're going to put it in a baggie and put it in the freezer. And then when Kathy just comes over and says, "Hey, Donna, I'm hungry," all I've got to do is get that little bag of the
Wow.
bananas out. We can make us some banana bread,
Wow.
and it's the best banana bread ever.
And I bet you do the banana bread from scratch like my mother used to. Okay, now there is a reason I must share this with everybody because they're going to wonder, why does she keep saying her mother? Well, my mother, she's deceased. She died over 30 years ago of ovarian cancer. So there's a lot of things I didn't learn because I was pretty young
Well, it
then.
sounds
I
like
was
you
in
learned a
college,
lot, so she left
modeling.
you a good legacy.
Oh, yes. But some things I didn't learn, like all the details of canning. Luckily, I did learn how to make her dressing. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, dressing. Oh yeah.
It's homemade
Uh-huh.
dressing. I make it every year. My husband does not eat dressing, but he eats my
He
dressing.
actually likes yours.
Yes. Pilar, my oldest daughter, she will not eat dressing, but she'll eat mom's. Everybody else will eat mom's too. Mine is a wet type dressing, you know. Of course, there is no particular recipe.
No, you just throw
because
it in there. Whatever you
it's
got
different.
on
It tastes different every year, and I usually and you know Thanksgiving's just around the corner.
So
Usually,
we're gonna do some Thanksgiving
oh
recipes.
yes, I'm so excited because we can actually talk about ways to do Thanksgiving. I actually do enough dressing at Thanksgiving I do a pan of dressing to go with the turkey, right?
Mhm.
But to save money, and because children
Because we're all about
love,
saving money too.
oh yes, children love chicken and dressing, right?
Mhm.
So I do the pan of chicken and dressing at the same time, and I put it in a pan, a
Mhm.
foil type pan,
Mhm.
real thin, so
Mhm.
that you can wrap it with more aluminum foil,
Uh-huh.
and so it seals really good.
Uh-huh.
I throw it in the freezer and I pull it out for Christmas.
So many things you can do ahead of time.
So easy too.
Yeah, because everybody likes to come to my house for Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's so many things I do ahead of time. Cakes are actually better when you put them in the freezer and take them
Oh,
out. They're
oh
much more
yes.
moist.
Oh yeah. Everybody does that when you get married.
Mm-hmm.
That's good luck, right? Remember, you throw that little small topper
The
on the
cake.
wedding cake,
Uh-huh.
or if you just have one cake for your wedding, which a lot of people probably do nowadays. But if you have the topper of the groom and the brides, or one cake, you freeze it. You throw it in the freezer, and a year later you pull it out for your first year
And
anniversary.
it's actually better than it was when you originally had
Yes,
it. It's something about, I don't know what
it's
it does.
moist, but now you
Mhm.
have to seal it really good.
Or you can get freezer burn,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. But now I read an article. Okay, so somebody out there can send us a message on this one. I read an article that said, really, if it's meat, breads, um, and vegetables, like you freeze from the garden, that even though it's crystallized and all, that you can still eat it. It just actually changes the flavor.
Yeah, but
It
still it doesn't
actually,
good.
a lot of times, it doesn't really make you sick.
Mhm.
It just doesn't taste as well
Mhm.
if you go like past that date.
Uh-huh.
Like on bread. Right now, a lot of people, there's a lot of concern about what's going on with Ukraine and all.
Where's the
So
food coming from?
yes,
Yeah.
so and bread prices were going up. So I know a lot of people that froze their favorite breads this summer. You know,
Mhm.
and when you do that, you've got to make sure as soon as you get home from the grocery store, it's sealed really tight. I know Petridge Farm actually has like an extra plastic seal around their
Mhm.
bread, and then they have the plastic with the tie.
Mhm.
And then you take and wrap it like with more grocery bags or foil, something
Mhm.
else to just kind of give it that extra little seal,
Mhm.
and you can throw it in the freezer. And bread, I don't think has a life really. I mean, it can get freezer burn,
Uh-huh. Yeah, if you don't have
but
it.
I don't think it can actually spoil unless. Well, I
Well,
don't know.
well,
I
I
don't know if
keep
it can
mine in the
spoil or
freezer
not. Can it?
because this humidity we have here in Alabama can ruin bread. It
Right.
can mold
Oh
like
yeah.
the
Oh,
next
of course.
day.
Now,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Now, if you take your bread out of the freezer and it's got mold on it, yeah, it's time to throw it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get
Yeah,
rid
it's
of
no
it.
good.
However, if you put it in the freezer, and that's what we do, and I never have ruined bread. I just put it in the freezer, keep it tied up
Mm-hmm.
really good, and then I'll just get out a couple of pieces if we want toast or if we want a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always, if it's just a little bit, maybe a little hard or whatever, you throw it into the toaster and toaster oven or whatever you
Right.
have, and you're toasting it, so that takes care of that.
I used to would throw a
Just no
loaf.
mold,
No, no mold. No, it's no good
no
things.
penicillin.
No, no, we don't. You don't want to do that. But I know years ago, a lot of times I'd buy 2 loaves of bread and I'd stick one in the refrigerator. This was, of course, when my children were small, young, and they would say, "Mother, this bread tastes awful. It's hard." And I'd say, "Well, you got to pop it in the toaster."
That'll fix it.
Yeah, because it does make it stay longer if you put it in the fridge, but it's not good for like soft, moist sandwiches.
But I prefer.
You can only use it for
I prefer the freezer
toast.
because you can take out a couple of pieces from the
Mhm.
freezer and just let
Right.
it sit there and thaw out just for a minute, and you're okay.
And some other good ideas, like we're talking about bread,
Mhm.
some really good cheap ideas, right?
Mhm.
Being frugal.
Mhm.
Cereal's kind of gone up a little bit right now. Well, either that or what are they calling it? Shrinkflation.
Please.
It's where actually you're paying for the same price.
Mhm.
So it looks like the same box. But if you read the fine print at the bottom, it's a couple ounces short.
Well, and you got to watch that, especially with sugar, because it'll look like it's a 5 pound bag, like you've been buying for
Yeah.
years. But take a quick look; it may say 4 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And you know what? I'm not. we're not beating up on the manufacturers, because guess what? They've got to do what they've got to do to survive. They've got to pay the employees to make it. You know, so I totally understand. What they're trying to do is stick with the same price so that we consumers can afford to buy it, right? But they're still making a little profit, even if it's just an ounce or two here
and
and
I
there.
gotta say something.
Maybe.
Everybody who is in business, and this is what a lot of folks don't understand. You're in business. The reason you're in business is to make a living. You don't just
Right.
swap money. I mean,
No.
you know, because and a lot of folks don't understand the overhead. I mean, and then you know, employees is a problem right now. It's a struggle finding employees who are going to stick with you. And you know, it costs you a lot of money to let somebody go, or they leave, and then you got to retrain. That costs time and money to retrain people.
And you know, I really feel sorry because we're on food today. We're talking about a lot of food in this show today, which is great. I'm sure you all love that.
Well, everybody
Women
likes
and men love
everybody
food.
likes to eat,
We all love
right?
food. I need to lose a few pounds. I've got the COVID weight on me. You know, what is it, like 10 pounds everybody gained during COVID?
But then I had COVID and lost it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I hadn't had it. I don't want it. Knock on some wood.
No, you do not want
I
it.
do not want
Especially
it.
if you got COVID.
I don't want it. I don't want it. But restaurants right now, you know, we need to support our restaurants, guys, because times are a little hard. They may get harder in the next year. And we're going to have to support some of these restaurants or they're not going to make it.
And you got to support them too by having patience.
Yeah, and their prices may have gone up too. But, you know, look at it this way. Do you want to eat at that restaurant 5 years from now? Then pay a few extra pennies. Save, you know, there's other ways we can save. Like we save money on eating at home, yes. Because me and my husband, we don't hardly ever eat out. You know, he's an excellent griller. You know,
well, then
steaks,
that's built-in husband right there.
Hamburger, ground chuck, doing the grill, tenderloins, all that. Now he's awesome on that. Where I love cooking inside in the kitchen. You know, there's some great little tips we can give you to try.
King?
Oh, I've got him a plaque that says Dad's Barbecue, the legend.
Oh, no.
On the back porch.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, Phil feels like he's a legend too. I'm going to give away one of Phil's tips.
Okay.
But don't tell him, okay? Don't let him know this. You got to be really, really quiet about this. Okay, so this is when he's cooking out hamburgers, okay, which we do a lot in the summertime.
Right.
We have a gazebo out there, and it's fun to do. So some folks want to make sure, like I want my hamburger done all the way through. I don't want any pink in it whatsoever. So this is what you can do. There's 2 reasons he does this. So the night before, he fixes it up. Now, I don't know what he puts in it yet, okay, so he's not shared that with me. But he mixes this thing up. And then I noticed he puts a little thumbprint in the middle of that hamburger patty.
Really?
It serves 2 purposes. First of all, it's going to get done in the middle because there's less, it's not as fat sticking up out there.
Right, right.
And it serves as a cradle for the barbecue sauce.
Wow.
He always puts barbecue sauce on it.
Well, my husband does too. He does all kinds of barbecue.
Just stick a
He
thumb.
loves barbecue. Oh, my husband does.
Don't tell Phil, okay?
Yeah, Chris is an awesome griller. Yeah. And the best thing is, okay, a lot of people probably don't like this, but I'm going to tell you, I love grilled salmon.
I don't think
Chris, there's an art. I mean, you can just, the only thing is, the best thing to do is catch it on sale, though. Winn-Dixie, a lot of times back in Calhoun County, you get it on sale there. Publix has it on sale a lot, too. Just 2 pieces. It's actually cheaper than steak right now.
Go figure.
Yeah, salmon. But now, of course, that can change by the time our show airs, because everything's changing day to day. But the other thing is, along with salmon, right, that you can throw on the grill, something that's inexpensive that men and women both probably like to do, which I like to do. My husband has taught me fishing.
Oh, I love to fish. We need to do a show out at the pond.
Oh,
we got about a 2-acre pond out there.
Okay, now let me tell you what kind of fish I eat, though, out of fishing. Okay, I like catfish, but my husband doesn't like catfish. fried crappie. Oh my goodness, it is the bomb.
And we got bass out here.
Fried crappie's awesome.
If it's a fish, I like it.
Mm,
Mm.
crappie's
Yeah.
delicious.
Now, do you like cook the whole fish in there? Do you
Oh
debone
no,
it?
he does. He's got like all these seasons: New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
He mixes different batters
Yeah,
up
but do you
with
fillet it?
buttermilk.
Do you fillet it?
No, he does it all.
Okay, because I can fillet. He and I can fillet.
He takes the carving knife, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he skins this side and skins this side of it. Doesn't get finned or anything, you know. He cuts the head off, and then he does that with his little carving knife, and he puts them all in. I want to say it's buttermilk. He soaks them in buttermilk.
That's good.
Mmm.
And
I
it
don't know.
probably takes that fishy taste out
Oh,
of it.
yes, it does. And I've got to get.
It's not a gamey
I've got to
taste.
get the recipe of what he does, if he'll give it to me.
Well, say our husband's actually holds some stuff back.
Yeah, he may not give it to me, but I know there's like a New Orleans style batter or something he buys, and
Did you know you can make your own?
that's what he makes it like.
Does he dry it?
He makes his own tartar sauce, Donna. Yes.
There you go. You know
It's
what's in it if you
delicious.
make it yourself. You know.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I just noticed that we're healthier since we make our own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your own mayonnaise. You can make your own ketchup.
No, I don't
your
do
own
that.
everything.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Donna, yeah.
easy.
Call
easy,
her on that one.
Easy peasy.
I'm a Hellman's girl. Yeah. Hellman's
well,
mayonnaise.
now I do like Duke's mayonnaise.
Yeah, but you know why I love Hellman's mayonnaise? Because if you're out of eggs, you can always use it in your cornbread.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know that?
Yeah, that's what we do anyway.
Hellman's
Do you like fried okra?
Oh yes.
Okay,
but I bake mine.
I got a secret for them. I want you
and
to
it tastes like
tell
fried.
me in just a minute.
Okay.
All right, I want to hear about that.
Okay.
But instead of using an egg in the okra, I get mayonnaise.
Egg in the okra. Why do you use egg in the okra? I don't use egg. In the okra.
It makes it fry it really good. So you put a little. You get an egg. You know you need to scramble it up a whole lot. Not cooking scrambling. I'm just saying you need to mix it up really good.
Right.
Put it in the big bowl. It needs to be a dumpy bowl, and then put a little bit of flour and a little bit of cornmeal in it. Mix that up. Then stick it in there and fry it.
Okay. Well, you want me to tell you how I do mine? Are you ready?
Yeah. Lower calories?
No. Yes.
Okay.
And it's better,
baked.
healthier. Yeah,
Okay.
it's baked.
All right, I got to hear this.
I cut up fresh okra. Right. If you're like when I was a young girl, my mother got it out of the garden and cut it up in the little slices, if you want to say. Right. They look like dimes.
I always thought it looked like Cheerios cereal.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it could. And then I use, actually, I don't use egg. I just actually take a pan, like a baking pan, right? And I spray it at the bottom with the olive cooking spray.
Yeah, do olive
don't
oil.
pan,
Good
do
for
olive
you.
oil cooking spray.
And
Then
it doesn't
that's
build
better
up
for
that
you.
residue either.
No,
if you
it's
just do that.
better for you. But make sure it's a non-stick pan because you're going to have to stir the okra after a while. Now, I don't know if this is somebody's recipe. It's just the way my mom did it. And I've just kind of added to my taste over the years. But are you ready for this? You take the okra, okay? You don't do anything to it. You just pour it out of the bag, whether you pulled it out of the freezer or fresh. You throw it in the pan, okay? Add a little bit of olive oil, okay? Just a little all over it because you don't want it to stick, right? Yeah, and you just add it all. Yeah, you're going to have to use your hands.
Your best
a little
tools
bit,
are your fingers.
Your hands.
Anyway.
And so you mix it all up. You throw it in the oven on 350. That's what I do. And I let it cook. Now, I guess everybody's oven's different. Like my daughter's oven, oh my gosh, hers cooks fast.
Yeah, mine does too.
Mine's an older oven, so it doesn't cook that fast.
So I probably need to do about 325 on mine.
No, well, 350. And the key is you're wanting it to get kind of crispy.
Yeah, I want it
crispy. Like with the fry, like when you fry it in the iron skillet. Because that's the other way you can do it. I do it that way.
Yes, we like the iron skillet around here.
Well, I just put it in 350 in the oven till it gets crispy. Okay. And then I add a little bit more olive oil. Okay. And I add my cornmeal, buttermilk cornmeal.
Oh.
Buttermilk cornmeal. And you add it all over. Okay. And you mix it around. And you add a little bit more olive oil until it all kind of looks like you're fried. And then you leave it in the oven until it's nice and crispy brown, just like in the
Now,
frying
see, my
pan.
husband wants it nice and crispy. I
Yeah.
actually like mine boiled. I like it that way, but Phil doesn't, so we never do it that way.
Wait a minute, boiled? You mean like the slimy whole pieces?
I like it that way.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, and
But
I
I don't
it
like pickled over.
Oh, I love pickled.
No.
Oh my goodness, I love pickled. We're gonna
No.
have to go into a commercial break.
Okay.
We went over it just a little bit, so
We'll be
let's
right
go ahead.
back.
We'll be right back in a second. Y'all hang in there, okay?
I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when I heard the voice from heaven say, don't tell me about that mountain. Tell that mountain about me. Face your fear, shout my name, proclaim the victory. You say your prayers, now take a stand, get up on your knees. You told me about that mountain, now tell the mountain about me. Introduce the problem to the answer, and you will see that problem step aside. There's no place for fear. The God of heaven is near. Step out in faith and face it eye to eye. Don't tell me about that mountain. Tell that mountain about me. Face your fear, shout my name, proclaim the victory. You say your prayers, now take a stand, get up on your knees. You told me about that mountain, now tell the mountain about me. Don't tell me about that mountain, tell that mountain about me. Face your fears, shout my name, proclaim the victory. Don't tell me about that mountain, tell that mountain about me. Face your fears, shout my name, proclaim the victory. You say your prayers, now take a stand, get up on your knees. You told me about that mountain, now to the mountain about me. Don't tell me about that mountain.
We're coming back in. My name is Donna Cathy. Hey, this is Kathy.
Hey!
Hey, The Edge with Donna and Kathy.
We're
Thank
back.
you so much.
We're so excited.
Thank you. I know you could be doing anything else, but you're watching us right now. We
That's
appreciate that, don't
That's
we?
right. And I know when we went to commercial break just a minute ago, you have some great advertisers.
They're
Awesome. So, this is IC Radio, correct? And Afternoon Drive Home with Donna. So I really appreciate you, Donna,
Well, I
because
appreciate
Donna
you,
is
girl.
showing she is taking our show and throwing it in there so that we can bring in advertisers for our show.
Mhm.
So if you're interested in sponsorship or putting an ad on our show, please let us know. My number is 256-453-1270. And Donna?
256-659-4319. But let me tell you how you can do this. Everybody deserves a date night, right?
Right?
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to kind of change things just a little bit. So what we're going to do is have sponsors who want to sponsor date night.
Oh, that's a great
And I'd like to have
idea.
about 10 of those. And what we'll do is we'll be giving restaurant certificates out, gift
Awesome.
cards. Like Papa Doobie's gives away a $20 gift card every single week.
Nice.
And Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop sponsors that.
And everybody loves, maybe we could go to some great places, north and south then. There's a great Chinese restaurant. Me and my sister ate at the other day in Albertville. Oh my God.
Gotta go check
It
them
was
out.
so good. And there's places like Top of the River. That's a great date night. Maybe we can go there.
Absolutely.
There's some great restaurants out there. So y'all please let us know if you're interested, because we would love to talk about you on the show, and you could actually give us some little tips, and maybe we could do some field photography.
I think we
How
could
about
do that. I
that?
think it'd be a whole lot
That'd
of
be
fun.
fun, wouldn't
I
it?
think so.
Sounds
And do
good.
date night, but this not going to cost you very much to do that, and you'll be one of our sponsors. And there's more to ours than just running an ad. Now we'll run the ad for you on our radio station, IC Radio, but there's more to it than running an ad. We're going to talk you up. We're going to talk about you. We sure will. We'll talk about specials that you're running. And if you're a business who is sponsoring, of course, we're going to go out there and talk about you as well.
Right.
You know, Bobby Ledbetter, Twin City Used Car Sales, has been a sponsor of mine since I moved back here.
Oh,
Since
that's
2013.
awesome.
It's been years.
That is
And
so
this is where we
good.
buy all of our vehicles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And he's also a big supporter of our area. So, Bobby, we appreciate you. The Cattle Stampede Steakhouse. I could just go on and on and on with all of our awesome sponsors. Santa Fe Cattle Company.
Yes.
They are awesome as well.
So yeah, if you just putting a little bug in your ear.
Because we're going to be out, we're going to talk to you. But if you're just ready and you say, well, I don't want to wait, Donna and Kathy, I'll come see me. All you got to do, the best way might be to just send an email. That's quick.
Right.
Donna at Afternoon Drive Home.
Because it's for both. Donna, she's the one like doing. Actually,
yeah, but we'll go.
is
But
the-
we'll both go out there.
She
and see
is
you.
such the brain here. Oh yes, she's the
Beauty and
the woman.
brains.
She's the brain here. Well, I think we're both intelligent women, you know.
Yeah,
but you know,
I think we are.
I actually I don't.
Depending on what it might be.
We're this is a fun show for women, though. We want to make
men.
and men
Because
yes.
see, y'all need to know what's going on. What's going inside your wife's mind? And let me tell you about there was
Well,
a
a lot
show,
of men cook.
I got but let me tell you about. So we're living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I used to host a talk show there called the Woman's Edge. The
Oh,
Woman's
really?
the Edge has always been in my life for some reason.
It was called
It's
the Woman's Edge.
And I'm thinking
that
I
edge
only
better.
have women. You know, I never have any men. So I had this Christian psychiatrist, and she was actually a marriage counselor.
Uh-huh.
She was talking about differences, like we don't already know this, differences between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you aren't kidding. I said, Phil and I were going down the road one day, and we passed by Wendy's, and I said, I like Frosties. He just kept going.
He didn't pay any attention to it.
So he just kept going. And I said, why didn't you stop? And he says, for what? And I said, for a Frosty. He said, you didn't say you wanted a Frosty. And I said, yes, I did. And he said, no, you didn't. You said you like Frosties. And I started getting emails from men saying, would you please do what your husband says? Just say it, whatever you want. Don't give us hints anymore.
Oh yeah, my husband. Okay, my husband's
So I did
probably
mine.
watching this, but I love you, my honey. Yeah,
Uh-oh, here
but
it comes.
it is the funniest thing because I didn't realize I did it, but I do it.
Mhm.
I would say, oh, I really need to go do. I really need to take the dog out to use the bathroom, and I will go take the dog out. And then I'll say, we really need to take the dog out before we go to bed. And
He's
he
not
says,
giving that hint.
no, he says, why don't you just say, Chris, take the dog out?
or and this is what guys
Why don't you
do.
just tell me to take the dog out?
No, we're not bashing
Instead-
men. We
But
love,
I
we
don't
love
like
our
doing,
husbands.
I don't like being that,
Tell you what to
mean.
do.
Yes.
Bossing
So
you
I always
around.
try to say it a different way.
Yeah, see,
you
that's what I do.
know?
And y'all don't understand that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because if we just say, go take the trash out, or go take the dog out, do
Instead
this,
we
do
say,
that.
I've got to take the trash out in a little bit. We've got to take the dog out a bit. So he catches it.
Shall we take the dog out?
It's so funny though because I still do it. I do it all the time, and he says,
Just
"Oh, no,
tell
what?
me.
Just tell me."
And
You
that's,
want me
that's
to
a
take the
common
dog
thing
out?
with you guys. I know you get tired of us hinting.
Yeah.
But if we don't hint, you're going to say, my wife bosses me around all the time, telling me what to do.
But you know, a lot of times, Donna, people can take it the wrong way,
Oh, yeah.
and we don't mean it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Or
got,
they'll think we're mad about something.
I've
and
got
we're
the
really not mad
best.
about
I
anything.
don't ever mean to hurt anybody's feelings, step on toes. I don't like to what is it? Be bossy. I'm not
Since
a dictator.
when?
A dictator, not a bossy, but you know what I mean. Well, that's in nursing. You know, you kind of have to be bossy in nursing.
Yeah, you better be. I mean, that's for your
That's
own
different.
good.
That's different, especially when you work like I used to work ICU in the ER. You know,
That's tough.
or teaching clinicals. You actually do have to be a boss. Like my husband's a boss.
Mhm.
You know, because the fact that he deals with customers.
Let's talk
he's a
about
boss.
what does your husband do?
He's an Alpha insurance agent, and he is the best one, even though he's my husband.
He can save us money, right?
But well, yes, he. But if he can't, he'll tell you too.
Now, see,
He's
that's what
very
I like.
honest.
That's what I like.
He's very honest. Actually, before we were married,
Mhm.
I actually changed professions for a while. For about 2.5 years, I was an Alpha agent. But I wanted to see my son excel in college basketball. So I actually went back to nursing 2 days a week because of that. Because nursing's very flexible. You can work so many different aspects of nursing.
Oh, they beg you to be a nurse. I mean,
you can do
did.
ICU, ER. Actually, at the time, I actually did hospice
Uh-huh.
a couple mornings a week so that I would have even more free time with my son, with doing all the basketball things he did. But Alpha is a great company, great people, wonderful customers. I loved that part of it, you know. But now my husband, he's very. I'm more kind of down to earth, kind of fun, kind of, but still very professional, you know. But my husband now, he's totally professional. And he'll just tell you like
He's
it
just
is.
straight to business.
Yeah, he'll tell you like it is. He'll tell you, I can save you money. I want to save you money. You know, let me quote your house, car, auto, life insurance. You know, he'll do all that. But he won't do anything he can't do.
Mm-hmm. Now, he's
So,
also a minister.
Yes, he fills in at church. Actually, sometimes too much because he has to work on it a lot at night or on the weekends. So,
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot to being a minister.
yeah. So on the weekends, if he's not cutting grass, a lot of times he's studying the Bible. So, but it's good. I sure am not going to tell him not to do that because that is definitely a calling.
Does he ever remind
You know.
you of the last chapter of Proverbs? Does he ever say, Kathy, go read the last chapter of Proverbs?
No, actually,
The virtuous woman.
no. He actually just focuses on his if he's preaching his sermon.
Because I knew a preacher that
But
would
he
do
will
that.
not take any money.
Mhm.
They wanted to give him money. He will not take it. So just so you know, Alpha, he doesn't have another job at all. He will not take the money. They actually, anything they want to give him, he asks that they donate it. So his money goes to
That's nice.
mission work to feed people in Africa,
Mhm.
actually,
Mhm.
is where his money would go, but that he would get. But he doesn't get it. He doesn't take anything.
I know a lot of
He
ministers.
does it for free.
Mhm.
And that's probably why God's good to us.
Because you cannot give.
No,
God.
he's only been doing this filling in now for the past year. Before that, now he just helped lead the singing. Oh my gosh, Donna, he's got a beautiful voice. Oh my goodness.
So does he sing love songs to you?
I wished. I hope you're watching that. Are you watching this?
Yeah, we can have him come on the show and sing.
But we used to when we'd be going down the road, he does sing. You know, like he would sing songs on the radio, start singing, or he'll sing Christian songs. You know, and I would say, I wish you'd do that again. You know, or something like that. Yeah, he's got a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just all around talented guy.
He's very humble. Not humble. Humble.
Are you embarrassing him right
Humble.
now? Because he's probably watching right now. He's probably saying, Kathy, that's
Well,
enough."
he's a manly man now, Donna. He likes to hunt. He likes to fish. But he does like. Actually, he's a really good role model, and people probably don't even know it. You know, yeah. So don't get upset with me that I am talking about you, my honey. That's what I call him, my honey. But he's a very good role model now. He really is. And we all change as you grow older, you know, and you evolve. But as you get older, you also want to get closer to God, too.
I think we see the significance of it more.
Yeah, because you realize life is getting shorter when all your children are grown up. And like me, I have a new grandbaby. Oh, I love my new grandbaby. But
She'd have had that one first.
Cecilia. You remember that song? Cecilia. Da-da-da-da-da.
Named after that song?
Yeah, no. But I learned about the song after she was born. So, but that was pretty cool, wasn't it? I don't have a singing voice like my husband, though. No, thank you.
Kathy, stick to talk show.
Yeah, we'll do that. Years ago, I had a beautiful voice in high school. I actually sang in the choir, did the plays, ensemble. But then as I grew older, after actually my son was born, my third child, I had a real problem with my vocal cords.
Oh.
So I actually had to have a tonsillectomy. Had to get my tonsils out in your late 30s. That's not fun, Donna. No.
I think
it's better to get them out if you have to get them in your 20s or younger. But yeah, I was in my late 30s when I had to get my tonsils out. And actually, the reason why I did both at the same time is because I had some nodules on my larynx.
Oh, so that affected your singing.
Yes.
Your singing voice.
And he said I could actually go through vocal retraining, which actually teaches you to control your level of speech. So sometimes when I get excited or happy, my voice will get louder. And I don't even realize I'm doing it. And my husband will say, "Shh, you're talking too loud." You know, or the kids will say, "Mom, why are you talking so loud at me?
What is going on?
Why are you upset at me?"
Mom.
And I'll be like, "I'm not upset. I'm actually excited." But in hindsight, I wished I'd have done those vocal trainings.
I had too late, is it? I mean, couldn't you?
Well, no, Dr. Elledge, he was excellent. It was a ENT in Birmingham. He was a great doc. He did the tonsillectomy and took the nodules off my larynx, off my voice box, actually. Because I actually remember thinking there was a chance I could not be able to speak at all.
Oh, my goodness.
Again. So
what would we be doing right now?
I know, we wouldn't be talking.
We wouldn't have a talk show. We wouldn't.
I think it was a month or two, I could not talk at all. And when you have that kind of surgery, you can't whisper because they tell you if you try to whisper, it's worse than trying to speak on your vocal cords.
Wow.
That's what he said. I don't know because I'm not.
Well, don't take any chance.
No, I don't know anything about that. I just know I was supposed to have gone through the retraining. And I didn't have time because I had 3 small children at the time, and that was not a priority. My kids' family was my
Kids
priority.
always come first, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way.
So I didn't do it. So I went from singing soprano, first soprano.
To singing bass.
No, I don't sing bass. Listen to you.
Alto.
Well, I don't know really what it is. It's kind of a mixture. I think I actually sometimes can sing second soprano. And then my husband's mother, Frida, oh my gosh, she's got the most beautiful voice. She sings alto. Beautiful. And his brother sings tenor.
No, there's music
Oh
group
my
right
God.
there in the making.
Oh, honey, they get, his mom loves for Chris and his brother to come to church at the same time because she loves to hear them sing. Now, Chris can sing anything too. He actually leads singing a lot of times in the soprano key, you know, so that everybody's on the same key. But he sings tenor. He can sing bass, and the bass is really cool.
Yeah, well, let me ask you a question
that little
about this.
that low sound is it's so sexy.
But let me ask you a question. Okay, how many brides? Okay, you plan the wedding, okay, and you know exactly what's going to happen every second of the because you've been thinking about this for months, and so you got it all planned. So let me tell you what happened at our wedding. I had everything planned, everything right down to everything to what was going to be served, and I mean the whole works. And so all of a sudden we're standing up there, and this music starts coming on, and you can see me in the video going because the video just starts. Phil sings to me.
Did he really?
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. I mean, you could hear everybody crying.
He's got a beautiful voice,
oh
too.
my goodness, it's really, really good. But that's one thing that because I'm normally one of those, I want it to go by cue, you know, And if I'm helping somebody else with a wedding, I'll say, now let's make sure this happens at this time, blah, 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 blah. And so, but I'm glad he did that. It was so awesome.
Well, I love
Kathy.
music. You know, that to
It was
when
good.
when your children are young,
Mhm.
it's good to expose them to music.
Oh,
All
yeah.
three of mine did piano lessons. Not
And-
long,
And
just for a
sing
year or
something
two.
else for your
That's
kids.
it.
If you're pregnant right now, it's
Sing
important
to that baby.
sing and read books to
Uh
them.
huh.
And
I did all mine.
my grandmother said, read. And this is back before you had sonograms and stuff, because my son's like 43 years old. And so my grandmother said, read to that baby. And I said, this baby can't. I like to read myself anyway. So I thought, well, why not? So I went on ahead and I was reading to him. He walks around with a book in his hand all the time. He's so smart.
My oldest, all three of my children like to. Well, they loved to read until they had to do all that extra reading in school, but then that kind of burns them out a little bit. But they're all smart kids, so I'm blessed, and they love to read, I guess,
gotta give
because
them
they
attention.
made it through college,
You
so
gotta
they
give
must have liked to read.
But
a
you
little
got to
bit.
give them attention, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Kathy, that's hard to do because both parents working, and they're so exhausted when they come in. So we're going to be giving you tips throughout this show, also. And some of it Christian psychiatrists have told us, different things you can do for your kids. And a lot of folks are homeschooling now.
Right.
That is on the rise. I guess COVID helped.
Well, that started getting big actually when my children were in high school. But COVID just made it really
it just
bloom.
accentuated it. Just
it just bloomed. But with my granddaughter, we read to her. My daughter and her husband read to her every day. Music. She loves music. And I'd read to my children every day especially when they were little, And then when they got old enough to read, I told them they need to go read.
And then that's
reading
fun.
time.
When it turns around, instead of you reading to them, they're reading to you. That's fun.
And actually, when my children were young, y'all all remember this. There was Barney and
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street was more us.
Bert and Ernie.
But my oldest daughter had a little Sesame Street, but it was Blue's Clues. Do y'all remember that? Blue's Clues? Blue's Clues, Sesame Street, Barney. There was 3 guys that danced. I can't remember. They did the Twinkles or I can't remember what they were, but anyway, all those little shows. Of course, I loved Winnie the Pooh. So I had a lot of Winnie the Pooh and those kind of movies.
Well, see, I had like Captain
Sweet
Kangaroo.
movies.
Do y'all remember Captain Kangaroo?
I do, but
With
no,
Mr.
that was
Green
gone my
Jeans
kids.
and all that kind of stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Romper Room. That was a.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that was a big. I think it's mainly in the Birmingham area. When
I remember the show
Cousin Cliff.
No, I don't remember that now.
Oh, Cousin Cliff always loved him.
In the afternoons, you remember the show Mr. Rogers with the train that went through the little town?
He changed his shoes.
I remember that in the
put on his
afternoon
tennis
when I was
shoes
little. Yeah.
Take his jacket off, put a sweater on.
I wonder if he's still alive.
I think he passed away.
Yeah.
There was a movie made about him.
Innocent good shows. But what I was going to say is now, my daughter and her husband, have you heard of Coco Melon? My grandbaby loves Coco Melon. And you know what it is, guys? It's amazing. It actually comes on regular cable a couple times during the day. But they actually, I think, get it off Netflix where you could click on it anytime. Well, we only do it with her like an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. Because then that way she focuses on play and reading and learning, right? Not TV. Okay?
Because you got to be careful not to let the TV be your babysitter.
No. So we do an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon. Sometimes she gets more than that. If she's got to do her laundry or whatever, and she needs something, because she loves this show, and it is so far everything I've seen about it is clean.
It's good. No,
it's nursery rhymes. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
The old stuff.
ABC. It is actually kind of like a Sesame Street, but in a different way, because it's not live people. It's actually an animated show, I guess, if you would say. I guess digital. I don't know what they've done, but it's got, of course, real life voices. But it is so good. It's clean. Yeah,
I like it. You got to watch those precious little ears. because whatever they're
Mhm.
hearing, I mean,
That's
that's going to
right.
affect their life. It's going to
Yeah.
really, that's how they're going to be.
Oh
So be
yeah,
super careful.
it teaches, like, there's one little song, pasta, pasta, pasta everywhere. Talks about all the different types of pasta and ABCs. It's counting. Oh, it's really clean.
Kathy learned how to cook
Yeah,
watching
it's
that
really
show.
good. Yeah. It's really, really good. Now that is something I do love to do. That is cook.
But here's what
But
I
I don't
noticed.
cook pastries.
Yeah, but this is
I
what I
don't bake
noticed, Kathy. This is
sweets because I would be huge
okay.
if I
Now,
did that. I
what
would
the
cook all the
kids?
time.
What? Okay, Santa Claus comes and there's toys all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, and then you being a grandma, you're going to buy like all kinds of stuff. But what do the kids play with?
The most?
The box it came.
That's right. I just went and saw my granddaughter yesterday, and the one thing that she was playing with, well, I try to be sweet and help my daughter and her husband, so I usually cook something for them, so they have supper cooked when they get home from their grandmother or mom, whatever you want to say. So anyway, I whipped up a meatloaf, and some mashed potatoes, green beans.
Meatloaf's good.
I whipped that up real quick because that was some things she had that I could throw together. Well, I'm in the kitchen, and my granddaughter kept getting under my feet, so I had to have. So I went back to the basics, guys. What were the basics in the kitchen? 2 pans that make noise. Can't hurt
They
you,
love
right?
that. Yeah.
Metal, stainless steel little baking pan I found under the cabinet, and some spoons. Oh yeah, she was in heaven. She
And that
loved
can
it.
be like her
30
own
minutes
little
she was
musical-
occupied with. She was
musical
helping me
instrument.
bake. I'd say, stir it, Cece, stir it.
Kathy, we've got about 2.5 minutes. A little
Oh
bit
my,
under
this
2.5
show
minutes.
went by so
This
fast.
goes by super fast.
It's just gone.
So we appreciate you watching us. And again, if there's something in a segment you would like for us to be working on, we'll be glad to do that because you're actually the ruler of us. You tell us what to do, okay? We actually like being bossed around, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we actually like it. So whatever it is you would like for the topic to be, we're all over it. And if it's something we don't know about, I'll tell you what we're going to do. One day we're going to rob bees.
Oh yes, we're going to do that. We're going to do so many fun things. So if you have any ideas or you would like for us to come to your shop, fashion, food, and fun. Yeah.
I like that.
Fashion, food, and
That's
fun.
a winning combination.
Always
You
the best.
can't meet it.
No.
And then we're going to have a lot of guests on the show. If you would like to be a guest, let's say you specialize in a Christian psychiatrist or whatever. You're a youth leader, you're a pastor of a church, and you would like for us to talk with you. We would love to have you on the show.
Or recipes.
Fun. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah. We used to have
Let's
people
do your
cook.
grandmother. I would like to. I would be more interested in your grandmother's old recipes if she let you have it. If she let you have it.
Those are the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And real simple recipes like 2 ingredients. Remember what we did on the other show? Remember the peanut butter cookie recipe that was only 3 ingredients, and that was 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. And nobody believed us. They were saying, "There's no way. You got to have flour in there," but it works.
Potato candy.
Oh, now that's
remember
some
how to
good
make
food
that?
right there.
Oh yeah, that's easy to make too.
Yeah. So these are all going to be real easy, simple, budget-friendly recipes that you can use.
That's
We'll
right.
be talking about cooking out, how to cook meats. Did you know pickle juice is really good? Pickle juice for chicken.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, pickle juice. Use it on your roast, on anything you want to set in the refrigerator overnight. Put a little pickle juice on
Okay,
it.
so email Donna at
Is it
what's
Donna?
your email?
You can do Donna at icradio.media. Donna at IC is in Christ radio.media.
Or you can send us a text
Okay,
message
we gotta
256-453-1270. See you later.
Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you very, very much. Looking forward to the next episode with you.